Spring is in the air, and so is the flavor. The flavor queen herself, Janine Washley, joins me here to talk cooking at the cottage right here in the Charlie Wilson KitchenAid kitchen. But you're going to go to her kitchen and learn a whole lot. This is coming up April the 16th with an Easter and a Derby twist. And then if that wasn't enough, May the 21st for a fresh farmers market summer. It's always great to have you here. Thank you. You've filled our entire studio with the smells of Easter. First of all, congratulations on Kentucky, Living Magazine?
It's monthly, Kentucky Monthly.
They're going to kill me for saying that, but you know, right? But very big deal. You have an article in there.
Yes, I contribute to their recipe column a few times a year now, and it's just it's a great highlight, and it's typically like 4 recipes. So I test the recipes, and then Sullivan University students make the recipes, and then there's a photographer who comes in. So yeah,
I love that idea, and that whole collaboration with Sullivan, which is out of this world as far as their training. So let's talk your cooking classes.
Sure.
What can we expect from those?
Oh my goodness. Well, you get a full menu, so it's typically 4 courses. Around the holidays, maybe 6 courses, but this time it's 4 courses for the Easter with the Derby twist. And so we are going to.
How do you do Easter with the Derby twist?
Well, because with
Easter,
Easter and Derby, you've got all those springtime flavors, and it just so happens to overlap with the Derby traditions of asparagus and strawberries and beautiful egg dishes and so forth. Because typically you have a Derby brunch.
Look at this picture.
Yes,
come on.
And so
oh my gosh.
So with Easter, of course, you've got the ham and the asparagus and the strawberries. So you can switch out the meat. So save the ham for Derby, but do a roast lamb, and I'm going to teach you how to do a roast lamb next week.
Nice.
So so it's going to be delicious, and we're going to have a mint chimichurri with it. So everything just it's traditional, but there's a contemporary twist. Because with spring flavors, it's sweet and spicy. So that chimichurri is sweet and spicy. Lamb is inherently, just a savory, but yet has a little bit of a sweet twist to it. So that's one of the things we learn are trends and traditions.
What are some of the bigger food trends that you're seeing this spring?
Well, that whole sweet and spicy kick. In fact, last week I took gochujang, which is Korean barbecue sauce, and I mixed it with maple syrup. And then I basted Johnny cakes with that, and then topped it with pulled pork. Put a little
things you'd never think to put together. But go ahead, but it probably brings out that flavor of that meat or that vegetable or something else.
Oh yeah, it's so much fun to read about trends and then incorporate those trends and educate everybody, because we have our traditional recipes, but every now and then we just want that little extra twist. So if you know the trends,
especially with an Easter menu, and then I'm thinking like a Derby menu, because my mom and I made our Easter menu this past weekend, and you want to add different things, right? Like I want to be able, and those are the kind of the tricks that you'll be teaching in your cooking classes. How you elevate it. And make it different.
Yes, and don't be scared to try something new. Gochujang, what's that? Well, it's Korean barbecue sauce, and all of a sudden, it's normalized.
It's
like it's barbecue sauce. It's sweet and it's spicy, and it's just got some of those exotic notes. What I'm doing here is I have julienned some country ham, and julienne is just a fancy way to say strips, little strips. And now I'm adding some butter, and I've already browned the butter, so it's called noisette, which means hazelnut colored. So we want to turn the heat down a little bit, and this is a perfect side, and these are the sorts of tips and tricks that you learn in class. And then we just add some asparagus, a beautiful spring vegetable. And it's kind of like a stir fry, actually. And then if you want to bump it up a little bit, I mean, it's awesome right here because you've got salty and just that, distinctive flavor of the asparagus. And then the butter that has that beautiful brown, nutty flavor. Then, if you're like, this looks pretty good, but I'd just like for it to be a little bit more substantial. Take red potatoes, new potatoes, add those. You can, like I just boiled these, but you could easily roast them, and then it looks even more rustic. You just toss that, coat everything. The country ham acts as your salt agent, so you don't have to
add anything else.
You really don't have to. And then the glistening butter. So you've got the brown butter, the delicious asparagus, And look how rustic
Right.
but yet elevated that looks.
And still spring-like without being
Yes.
harvesty. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely
Yes.
love it.
Would you
Again,
like to taste it?
I do want to try some, absolutely.
Okay.
Right?
All right. So then if you're like, you know,
I need more.
I need to like
Little-
need to brighten the flavors a little bit. Just add a little citrus juice. Orange juice and asparagus goes beautifully together, but in this
Okay.
case I've got a little bit of lemon juice because it's a little more readily available.
That's why people need to learn to cook from you.
Yes.
Cooking at the cottage.
Yeah, that little bit of brightness just adds that spring touch to it.
I learned about 5 things already. Like in this whole, my little class here at Great Day Live.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, you know, a little Italian parsley just adds that bright herbal flavor. And I can give you a
yes.
little taste.
Please do.
And I love these disposables because I'm always looking for something that's pretty and cute. And I'm not typically a disposables person, but how could you not love that
It's so
adorable
gorgeous,
plate?
and
It's
it
gilded
has
around the edges.
Gilded around the edges, and it has little bunnies, little Easter design
Yeah.
there. All right, I'm such a
in.
fan of asparagus.
Oh,
but
I am too.
asparagus with this little bit of ham.
And notice that I broke up the asparagus.
Oh my
I
gosh,
cut it
so
into
good.
thirds. It's got a lot of flavor to it. So then
You don't need any salt in that. That's like perfect.
And food is so expensive, so you don't want to throw anything away. So I cut the asparagus into thirds, and it just went further. Then we stretched it with the potatoes. So
That's a great
we
idea.
have to think about
Some
things like that.
cost-saving tips. Well, I
Exactly.
feel like all the prices have gone up yet again, and we
It
want
really
to
has.
have like a wonderful curry meal, an Easter meal with our
Exactly.
family. But this
Yeah.
goes a long way.
Exactly.
Anything else we need to know about making sure we sign up for these classes on time?
Just
Reserve
go
your
out
spot.
to Cooking at the Cottage, and that's where you
Okay.
get the, check the class schedules and sign up for class there.
Love it.
You've got
Always love having you in our
Thank
kitchen.
you.
Thank you so much. Once
You're
again,
welcome.
to sign up for those cooking classes, all the lists of them, just go to cookingatthecottage.com/cooking classes.